Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are brand new. Today we are doing yet again another beauty related video because that is what this channel is all about. Today we're gonna do something super fun. We're gonna get ready with me where we're gonna play with all new to me makeup. I have a lot here to share with you. And we're just gonna have fun doing our makeup. So if you have new makeup, old makeup, whatever, and you feel like doing your makeup with me, perfect timing. Let's do that together. If you're doing some chores, if you're working, or maybe you're just vegging, whatever it is, I'm excited to have you here with me for today's video. So I had a different video that I was supposed to film today. There is a moth flying around. I had a different video I was supposed to film today. In fact, I have a whole bunch of videos I was supposed to film today. But I just felt like, even though I am excited for those videos and I'm gonna film them, this is the video that I really wanted to film. Why is there a moth? It's the bright lights. The bright lights are bringing this moth in. I don't know how it got in, probably because I left the back door open accidentally for a little bit. I'm gonna turn on some bright lights in a different room and see if maybe it'll go somewhere else. Please hold. So it's a gloomy day over here and I just wanted to film something super fun, okay? And for me, I just wanted to play with makeup. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to have some fun with it. I wanted to make this video for a while and decided, you know what? Today is the day. I was gonna film this in like another week. And I was like, nah, just gonna do it now. Just going to do it now. So we have some fun makeup to go through and we have a little bit of a story time, and maybe if we have time we'll even talk a little bit of trash TV because your girl has been catching up on all of her Real Housewives shows and I want to talk about it. I have with me today some peppermint tea because I have never been a big tea person, but the last couple days my body has just craved peppermint tea and I've been having like 3 cups of it a day. I don't know what's up. Maybe it's this gloomy weather. I don't know. So grab yourself a snack, grab yourself a drink, and let's have some fun. Okay, we have some makeup, guys. I am so excited for this. I have a bowl of makeup here. I have a new palette. I'm gonna just show you everything right now, really quickly, so that you know what's coming. Eyeshadows today is gonna feature the Nomad Haunted Europe palette, which has been re-released, possibly for the last time. So if you want this palette, go get it. If you already have this palette, let me know what you think of it down below. Then in this bowl of goodies, I have from The Ordinary this lip balm. It's a squalane and amino acids lip balm. I have used it. I just keep putting back in the box. I'm not entirely sure why I'm doing that. Maybe because of the container shape. So I have used this a couple times already. And so far, oh my goodness, can I open this? So far, I am not loving it. The formula itself feels okay. UPS just delivered. And this is how the package was. Shipping is getting really not great from all sorts of companies, and I really am wondering if it's the company's issue or the way that the things are going with the people delivering. But that's a whole other thing. Guys, this startled me so bad. I don't even remember where I was, except that I know I was about to talk about this. I've never been a fan of like this type of applicator, but I've wanted to try stuff from The Ordinary for a while, and even though they're inexpensive, I don't know why I just haven't taken the plunge. So for whatever reason, I decided to jump on this product. Probably the least talked about product they own, I would assume, because I've not seen it talked about anywhere, but it's in this weird little shape, which I do like for holding purposes, and it's different and unique. The lid to get off can be kind of tricky sometimes, so I don't love that. The formula is nothing special, and it almost feels and smells very chemically, which I know that they use good ingredients. At least I believe they use good ingredients. So it makes sense because there's not fragrance in here that I'm aware of. So it makes sense that it would smell chemically, but at the same time, it feels and smells almost too chemically. And I don't feel like it does more for my lips than other products. But I've bought it. It's not bad. So I'm gonna use it until it's gone, but I won't. Spoiler alert, I don't plan on repurchasing this. And I honestly can't tell you why I keep it in the box. I think it's because of the shape. I'm kind of like, it's gonna get lost outside of the box. But I have used it quite a bit. I found this from Covergirl. I hadn't seen anything on this until I bought it. Apparently it's been out for at least a month now, maybe longer. And it was just sitting in my store. I got the dark chocolate 8 to 10. This is an eye enhancer 3D mascara. It's supposed to curl, lift, and fan. I didn't necessarily need a new mascara just yet, but I hadn't seen anything on this. And so I was like, okay, it's a new makeup. I could do, sure, why not? And I love the ombre look. Absolutely love the ombre look. So we're gonna play with that today. I have foundation from the TikTok sensation, TirTir. This is my very first Korean foundation and probably, but I can't say for sure, but probably my very first Korean makeup product ever. Now I have two because I wasn't sure which shade to order, so I have it in 2N Ivory and 23N, or sorry, not 2N, 21N Ivory and 23N Sand. And you'll see that these are not the red boxes. I really wanted to try the red boxes, but I just, looking at the formula, looking at everything that everybody's been saying, I knew that it wasn't for me. These are apparently the ones if you have drier skin. So we'll get into that a little bit more in a minute. I then have an older thing, I don't know. It's from Clinique. It is the Almost lipstick in a black honey, which is apparently a favorite for so many people right now. I bought it on the Ulta sale where they were 50% off. So I bought one for me and I bought one to go into giveaway that's gonna come up soon. So if you want to be notified of that giveaway, make sure you are subscribed. I've never tried this formula and I'm excited for that. And then lastly, I have, last but not least, I am so excited for this, guys. I finally made a purchase from Singe Beauty and it is blush. Singe Beauty just recently launched 4 blushes and I ordered 2 of them. I wanted to keep them in these little things because this was so well wrapped and shipped, and while I didn't keep the whole shipping to show you, I just wanted to remember to say that I was very impressed with how much care was put into shipping of these. So good job. Okay, so the 2 blushes that I have here, I'll probably only use one, but maybe we'll swatch both. I don't know, we'll see. I love the names of these. For the names alone, I wanted to get all 4. But of course that wasn't possible. So the first one we have is Risky Raisin. This is Persistent Persimmon. Again, love the name. This is an orangey blush and I'm so excited for that. So guys, those are all the makeups the new makeup we're gonna play with. And we're gonna do a full face right now. I think we're gonna actually start with eyes. We're gonna start with eyes in case there is some fallout. And the reason why I'm saying that is because sometimes Nomad Cosmetics products do have some fallout, but also I do think this is their older formula and I don't know how that worked. Nomad Haunted Europe, like I said, it is now available. So I just got this in the mail a couple days ago, 2 days ago, yeah. And I am so excited for it. First off, the outside packaging is so perfect. So spooky, so spooky. The inside has something that I absolutely love, and it is that shifting look. Just like what's on their Haunted or their Ghost Towns palette. So cool. I don't know why. I'm like a kid. This is adorable. But I will say, as cool as that is, I actually like this packaging better. Don't be mad. But I do like this. This is really cool, really fun feature. And honestly, outside of Nomad, I've not seen that much. So then opening it up, we do have a nice big mirror. And then we have this beautiful color story. And do you know what I just realized? I normally get swatches and pictures and everything before I make a look with this. I haven't done that. The lighting is not great, which means that I can't just run outside real quick or run to my normal picture area and get a picture of it. That's how excited I am. I just want to dig in and play. I'll try to remember to do swatches later. This has a lot of different colors here. I'm really excited to play with this one. So we've got some pinks, some purples, some browns, some oranges, some greens, some blues, some taupes, some grays. We've got like everything. So I don't know what color story I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna dig into this orange right here, which I will have the name on the screen in case I get to a name that I pronounce horribly, which with me is 100% of the time. Okay, 99.9% of the time. So this is Frankenstein. I think I got that one right. So we're gonna dig into that one first, and then I think I'm gonna do Grendel. It's this green right here. And then depending on how that looks, I might do a shimmery, and that is Merry Cemetery. It's a cute, fun, rhymey name. So I'm gonna try to multitask. I'm gonna try to talk to you guys, share a story while I am doing this. Will it work? Who knows? Probably not. That's okay. We're still gonna roll with it and have some fun. So I'm gonna start with sharing how I became a Swiftie at 36. Should I have done that? Why did I do that? How did I do that? Am I truly a Swiftie? Backstory, I love music. I just do, okay? That's the backstory. I have, over the years, listened to a lot of music. And I've also been very bad about recognizing whose music is whose and whose voices are whose, with a few exceptions. And Taylor Swift is one of those people that I just, unless I know it's her song, I don't typically recognize it as her voice. So there's a lot of songs that I've listened to on the radio, I've heard with friends, I've heard in just like random playlists that I knew all the words to by heart. And I always said, no, I'm not a Swiftie. I think she's great. Like, she has great vocals, but I didn't really like love her to follow her music and to follow her career, and I wouldn't pay to go to a concert. Like, that just wasn't my journey. She just always felt too young for me, I don't know, her music was just not necessarily where I felt I was in life. And there's nothing wrong with it. I've listened to plenty of others. It just, for whatever reason, I just didn't have a pull. Now, I noticed in the last year or so that I'll be listening to a song, singing it, and people, like friends, my husband, my kids, will be like, I thought you said you're not like the biggest Taylor Swift fan. I'm like, I'm not. And I'm like, you know that's a Taylor Swift song that you just belted out to and know every single word for. I'm like, no, it's not. And of course they shazam it or bring it up and show me, like, oh, interesting. Okay, whatever. She has good music. Her hits are great hits. But then it came to a point where I was with friends and they would play her music and I would know even her not hits without realizing that I knew them. Not hits. What is that? You know, not her most popular stuff. And so I just was getting told over and over and over again, I think you like her more than you think you do. And I was kind of, you know, okay, whatever. If she comes on the radio, I'll listen to her. I'm not gonna seek out her music. After getting told that over and over again, when I saw the hype over her newest album releases coming, I was like, okay, you know what? When it comes out, I'll listen to that album. I will make a dedicated time whenever I get around to it to listen to that album. Fast forward to release date and everybody's posting about it on Instagram and I'm seeing post after post after post. I'm like, okay, I'm actually kind of excited to listen to this. I'm excited. I'm sure it was a lot of hype. Guys, this is a beautiful, beautiful orange. And wow, this is gorgeous. Like, I might just leave it all orange. No, I'm not gonna do that. I could though. Night of the release. I'm sitting in bed, my husband's taking his shower, and I'm just laying in bed waiting for him to be done, because every night before bed we scroll TikTok together, okay? I know it's horrible for you, but it's what we do. So I'm just laying there waiting for him, and I realize, because Spotify sent me a notification, her thing launched, and I was excited for it. I had posted on Instagram about it, I believe, and so I was excited for it, and I was like, wait, I feel like this is early. I'm pretty sure it was a little early. So I clicked on that notification, it took me straight in, and I laid there on my bed with my phone on my chest and listened. And in that first song, I felt a shift in my mindset. I felt a shift in my body. I felt a shift in my desire to possibly be considered a Swiftie. Okay, like I felt a shift, a drastic shift, and I'm sitting there and this song was amazing. It was deeper, it was darker, it was more mature, it was amazing. Then I listened to the second song. I'm sitting there going, this is Taylor Swift. This is Taylor Swift? This is amazing. This is beautiful. This is like, and I'm not saying it had anything to do with the quality of our music before. It just wasn't my go-to style. So I got through the second song, and then the third song came on as my husband was getting out of the shower and getting ready for bed. And when he came out, before I played the third song, he came out and he saw the phone on my chest, and he saw that my face was like, not sad by any means, but very concentrated, and that can sometimes look a little sad. And he was like, whoa, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. He goes, what are you doing? Like, I'm listening to Taylor Swift's newest album that literally just launched, and one of the first people to hear her music, her new music. And he was like, are you okay? This isn't you. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay, but I'm gonna listen to this next song. So I was listening to the next song, and he was in the room getting himself ready for bed, and it was kind of distracting because this wasn't something I've ever done before, and I have very self-conscious issues sometimes for weird things. And that night I was just feeling self-conscious listening to it, and so I got halfway through the song and I felt like I still hadn't really heard much of it, but I stopped it midway through, and he stops what he's doing and he goes, wait, what are you doing? That was a good song. That's not Taylor Swift, is it? I'm like, yeah, that's Taylor Swift. Like, what have I been missing? What is this? But it was late, and so we finished the song, and we both thought it was good, but I honestly hadn't processed the song. So I was just like, okay, whatever. I'll just keep listening to this tomorrow, because there's no way I'm gonna get through the rest of this album tonight. These are all laying so nicely. I'm just now blending this all out and trying to make it look a little neater, which is kind of hard to do, to be completely honest, with darker colors, or like dark bright, if that makes sense, so like greens. But I'm trying, and I will probably add a little bit more of that orange in a minute here after I blend this out and make this look a little bit more, I don't know, concise. But so far I'm loving the way that this is placing. Like, those are beautiful colors, beautiful. So the next day comes, and I wake up to almost every single post in my feed on Facebook, on Instagram, everywhere, about Taylor Swift and her new album and all the songs. And I am seeing so many things. I'm seeing so many clips using little pieces of them, of the songs, and I'm just seeing so much, and I'm seeing it from people that I would have never imagined. People saying how mature this album is. People saying how this album is like her continuing to grow up, and this was the next step in her maturity level, and her sounds were mature and her songs were mature. Not saying that her stuff before wasn't mature in its own path. It just had a little bit more of a younger feel to it, which is fine. So seeing all of these posts and seeing everybody, even people I would have never guessed, talking about Taylor Swift's new album, I had to go listen to the album again. So as I was doing my stuff that day, I restarted the album. So I listened to the first song, the first 2.5 songs again, loved them even more, and then kept going. And then I got to the song, Who's Afraid of Little Ol' Me? That is the actual moment I 100% say that I became a Swiftie, is with that song. All the songs on the album before it were amazing, but that song is the one that it just did it for me. It just was beautiful. And so that day, that was actually the last song I was able to listen to because I had to get going with other stuff, and I really wanted to actually just focus on the songs. For whatever reason, I've never been like that before. I have never started out listening to a whole album from 70 before, like never. So then that day I just didn't have a chance to go back to it. The next day I did, and what did I do? I restarted the album from the start and went all the way through, and again the last song that I stopped on was Who's Afraid of Little Ol' Me. And then I did that a couple more times, so a couple more days. And then finally, at about a weekish, I got through all the rest. Or at least what was released. Now, this is where I'm not 100% sure, and all of the real lifetime Swifties will be able to correct me. But I don't remember when her second part to the album was released, if it was released then or if it was released like a couple weeks later. I don't remember. So I got through whatever was there at about the week part, and then if that was all of it or not, I don't think it was all of it. I don't think the second part of it was released yet, because I remember saying to a friend that I got through it, but then I noticed that there were more. So I don't know. And then I eventually got through all of them. I was like, okay, this is awesome. I think I can say that I really like Taylor Swift. And even with that moment of I believe I am a Swiftie now with this one song, I really was like, okay, this might just be in the moment. But then I went a whole month, every single day, listening to that album from start to finish. A whole month. No other music was played. So after a month I was like, okay, I need to chill out. I need to listen to something else. And so I went back to some other music and I made it like 2 songs. And I was like, nah, I need Taylor. And I went back and I put on this album again. Now I will say I have not taken the chance to go back and listen to all of her other albums from start to finish. So that's where I do the quote unquote Swiftie, because I love this album or albums or whatever you want to say. And I would now absolutely want to go to one of her concerts. But because I haven't gone through and listened to all of her other music, I feel almost out of place and almost like I don't have the full right to say I'm a Swiftie yet, but I also feel like I'm a Swiftie. I'm an elder Swiftie. Not because I've been a Swiftie for so long, but because I'm older. I don't know, does that make sense? So if you have been a true Swiftie for years and years and years, would you consider me a Swiftie? And if you are a newer Swiftie, was it because of this album? Let me know. I want to know your Taylor Swift journey and also your age, if you feel like sharing, because I think that's interesting, or even just an age range, okay? Because I think that it's interesting. Okay, so for this look, I have the green and I have the orange, and I'm really liking it. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more orange because the green kind of took it over. So I'm gonna add that, and then I'm gonna blend it out some more, and then I'm gonna decide if I want sparkles or not, because I'm honestly kind of liking this without the sparkles. Like, I think that this is a beautiful matte look. I do. I think that this is beautiful. I think I'm going to leave it. I think I'll save sparkles for another day, because I am gonna do another look with this palette in another video. So I think I'm gonna play with the sparkles then. So the eyes today are brought to you by Nomad, and brought to you, I mean, I used Nomad. They did not send me this palette because nobody has sent me makeup yet. because I'm, you know, small beans, very, very small beans. What are we gonna do now? Well, now we're gonna go into foundation, and I'm terrified. Okay, so foundation, we have TirTir. This is the My Glow Cream Cushion. It has SPF 30. It says PA++. I have no idea what that means. It says 24-hour glow-lasting radiant cover. It says brightening, anti-wrinkle, UV protection, functional cosmetic. Cushion foundation provides 24-hour healthy radiance with a comfortable moisturizing cover on skin just as a cream. Completed clinical trial test of 24 hours makeup persistence, 24-hour glossiness persistence, and immediate erythema coverage. I'll put that word on here. I have no idea what that is. Directions: take in an appropriate amount. What does that even mean? Take an appropriate amount with the puff and thinly spread, so wipe, okay, on the skin in a gentle tapping motion. How do you, oh, okay, so don't wipe, tap, okay, okay, okay. So I'm leaning towards the 21N Ivory. I don't know why I keep saying Ivy, but let's just see. So these are the same shape and everything as the red ones, but I have the mini ones. So the red ones also, I think, come in the mini. So I didn't want to buy a full size because in case it didn't work out great for me, I didn't have a ton of product I was wasting. And because I was buying 2 shades. So this is adorable. Absolutely adorable. Clearly not something that we see all the time in our makeup for the shape. Hopefully you are seeing that well. It's really cute. It's got a little bit of a sparkle to it. I really do like the shape and even the size. Like I actually kind of like this. So let's try opening it with these nails on. Ta-da! Hi. I don't know why it made me think of Pac-Man. So it's got this little mirror which has a little sticker on it to protect it. That's cute. I don't know how you would use that mirror to do your foundation because that is dinky. I'm sure on the full size it's much better. And then you have this adorable little powder puff. It's not powder. This little thing you just stick your finger in, and look at the size of that. Like I have small fingers. This is freaking adorable. That is so cute. Why is that so cute? So that sits in its own little container, and then it's got this another lift here. Okay. And then it's protected by another little layer. I like that. Okay. So let's peel that sticker off. Take off the sticker before use. No, I'm gonna use the product through the sticker. Oh boy. I think I may have made a mistake. This is not this. Oh boy. Okay, no. Maybe it'll be lighter going on. Okay, in this lighting facing you guys and looking at the camera, I can see a little bit of a color difference. But looking at it straight on, I really don't see much of a difference. Okay, I'm still gonna stick with the lighter one. Okay, so I am feeling this little sponge and it's very squishy and it's very soft. So you're supposed to, from what I've seen online, you're supposed to tap it, okay? Okay. It doesn't say to get the sponge wet, so we're just not going to, right? It didn't say that. Is it supposed to be this watery? First, very first impression, it is very cooling. It is very cooling. It is very light. Okay, there's a lot more than I thought there would be on this. It's kind of, because of the size of this, it's actually kind of hard to work with and I feel like I'm gonna drop it, but I'm sure that the full size would be better. I do feel like I'm gonna drop this, so patting it is kind of difficult, but this is actually getting a lot more product on my face than I thought it had. Is there a scent to this? There's a little bit of a scent. I would say possibly a little perfumed because it doesn't smell like chemicals. But I wouldn't say it's like anything very strong. I will say holding this teeny tiny little sponge is difficult. I'm gonna go in for a little bit more for this other side. It is really hard to see how much you're getting on the sponge. I will 100% say that. And it could be because of the shade, or it could just be, I don't know. It looks very liquidy on the sponge and doesn't look like you're getting a whole bunch, but it's clearly going on really well. Okay, so this is really, really pretty. I've only done this first layer and it's clearly a very light coverage so far. I do want to see if I can build it up a little bit because I'm good with this level. Like, I actually really think this is really pretty. But I want to see if I can cover up a little bit more of my natural redness that comes through and see if this layers well. Okay, that is actually layering really well. I guess it's giving a little bit more coverage, so maybe slightly more buildable. I will say it's a little bit difficult in the, like, the creases, the wrinkles, and the nose area, but that's, I feel like, also normal for every foundation. I like this product so far. It feels like I'm wearing nothing. Like, it feels like my skin went lighter than when I was having just my my skincare on. It feels very lightweight. The scent is not overpowering and it's actually a very nice scent to me. A little light, but at the same time, it's not that far off from my neck, which is very light. So I feel like this section here is just red because it's always red, but like this, I think that's actually a pretty good match. My redness is still coming through a little bit, but like, and I can kind of see my freckles, but like, it's like my skin, but better. That's what I'm getting so far. Now the question is, am I supposed to set this? Am I supposed to set this with powder? Am I supposed to, what? What am I supposed to do next? Because it just says to do that. It doesn't say to do anything else. Definitely giving glowy, which I don't mind. Dry skin girlies, we like a little bit of glow. I'm gonna let it dry for a minute and then we'll see. Then we'll see if I'm gonna set it with a powder. Should I set it with a powder? I'm gonna look that up while it dries. So I tried looking up how to set this, what their suggestion is, and there's not a concise answer out there. So I went ahead and sprayed the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set, which is not my favorite, not my go-to, but I only have this one as a true setting spray. And then I have like a makeup fixer spray from Cosmetics, but I knew that that one wasn't going to set it. So I went ahead and set it with this. I really didn't want to use a powder on this today because I don't know. Something is telling me not to, okay? I literally just sprayed it, so it's still drying. So my initial thoughts are that this went on a lot lighter than it looked in the actual packaging. And I did see online a couple people were like, well, it does oxidize, so go a little bit lighter than you would think. But so far, I'm not seeing much of that, if any. It is really setting on my skin beautifully. It's giving me this really, first off, very glowy look, but it's also almost looking fuller, plumper, more awake skin look, and I'm really enjoying that. The color is a little bit off, but I think with all the other products, it'll end up being fine. It's really drying down beautifully. I don't feel like it is setting really bad into places. I wouldn't say it's like blurring anything or anything like that, but it's not accentuating anything, at least not yet. So maybe it's actually viral for a reason. Warm tea, it's so cold. It's like 56 degrees outside right now, and it's 64 degrees in my house. And normally these lights keep me sweating, but today I can't feel their heat, but I can feel the heat from this mug, and it feels so nice. Okay, so I'm gonna need to do a bronzer, and I don't have a new bronzer to play with. So for that, I am going to be using my Too Faced Milk Chocolate bronzer. Real Housewives. So I've been catching up, and they have that one show that is the Real Housewives where they all, well, not all of them, but people from several different groups go on trips. I have fully caught up on every season of that, which means that I saw some spoilers for shows like the Salt Lake City one. So I knew a little bit of what was coming. But, and if you are not caught up, this might be a spoiler. I am right now in season 3 of Salt Lake City, and I do believe they are in season 4, or season 4 has already finished. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm in season 3, so I'm talking up to season 3. I have just finished where Heather opened the door to her room, and it's the moment that she gets punched in the eye. I mean, so far that's exactly what it looks like from the way that they led up to everything. She opened the door, and next thing we know, we cut to the morning where she calls Meredith and Jen into her room, takes off her glasses, shows them her horrible, horrible black eye, and shows them that she has scratch marks on her arms, or at least on one arm. So she clearly got attacked. By who? I don't know. I haven't gotten that far. Holy crap. I just have to say, Salt Lake City needs to get their lives together, because every single one of the Housewives shows, every single one of them has tears. Every single one of them has drama. That's kind of, you know, what you expect going into it. But Salt Lake City's getting whiny, like really, 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 really whiny. And I understand they're all dealing with all these different things, and that's fine. But can we go 2 seconds with enjoying each other? Is that too much to ask? Is it too much to not drag up things over and over and over again? Because if on the 5th time of them being dragged up, they're not being fixed, then it's not gonna be fixed. It's just not. If you have to keep bringing up the exact same thing over and over and over again, you're not making progress. You're not making headway. You're just bringing more strife and heartache into your life. So move on to the next fight. I'm over it. I am over it. So far, I will say, okay, so I saw season 1 when it first came out. I saw season 2, I believe, when it first came out, or maybe a tiny bit after. And then I took a couple years break. So it's been a while since I've seen seasons 1 and season 2. If I'm remembering correctly, in seasons 1, or in both of them maybe, I really liked Whitney and I really liked Heather. And I wasn't the biggest fan of Meredith or Jen, definitely not Jen, or Lisa and Meredith. I just wasn't the biggest fan of, even though there were parts of them that I really liked. I just wasn't connecting to them in the first 2 seasons. Heather and Whitney, I really liked, even though they had flaws just like everybody else in the world. But I really did like them the most. Jen, I did not like. And Mary Cosby, I'm so glad she's not in this anymore. I am so glad. She wasn't even good entertaining. Like, no. Now, season 3, I'm feeling a bit for Jen Shah. It was tiny bit. But I really am not liking her. And it's hard. I don't want to say that, but I feel like she is, at this point, in too much stuff in her personal life to be going on national TV. Just my thoughts. Just my thoughts. Whitney, I understand that Whitney is trying to turn over a new leaf, is trying to be a more outspoken person, a person who gets her point across better, who is just being seen more. I understand that, but I don't feel like the way she is doing it is good. And it's very whiny and it's very annoying. Heather, I feel, is trying to be the best friend to every person she can, and isn't realizing that by doing that, you are being not the best of friends to everybody. So she wants to be this friend that's up here to everybody, but really she's in the middle with everybody, because of her trying to be everybody's best friend, and she's got to cool it. I'm not saying she needs to stop being friends with people. She just needs to, I don't know. It's like she's trying to be the peacemaker without actually being the peacemaker. She's making more strife instead of peace. The whole drama between Lisa and Meredith, I completely understand where each party is coming from. I feel like there is so much hurt there that it's hard to move past, but I do think they're gonna move past. I have not seen spoilers of that relationship since, so I'm really hopeful for that. They have a lot of extras in this season and I'm not loving it. It's just stirring the pot too much, but of course that's what reality TV does, right? We gotta stir the pot so we can make that money. But I need them to stop whining so much. I just need them to. So I'm really hoping when I get into the season 4 stuff, maybe some of this stuff has been resolved and we can move on to other things, because it's just, we're just staying in the same conflicts for too long. It just is. It's not worth all of y'all's peace, right? Right? It's still entertaining to watch sometimes. Although last night I watched a half of an episode and I was like, I can't do this today. Which is really weird because I love housewife shows. The Real Housewives, I can binge them. And I am binging them right now. I am catching up on all of them because I am at least 2 years behind. Do you have thoughts on that season? Don't give me spoilers of season 4. I'm not ready for it, okay? We'll talk season 4 in another episode of this if you're ready with me if you'd like to. Do you like talking about TV shows? Let me know. Let me know what you're watching. Let me know your favorite type of stuff to watch, and if you like to, you know, have conversations like this on YouTube. Also, who do you think attacked Heather? I'm just saying, I don't think it was the door. I have the brows done. I have the bronzer done. Let me just say, these brows are whack. Okay? These brows have gone to crazy land. Please just ignore them. I haven't been able to get in with anybody to help me with my brows in, I think we're at 6.5, maybe 7 weeks now, and I have another week to go. So the bronzer went on beautifully. Nothing lifted, nothing moved, nothing is being broken up, and I honestly feel like the bronzer has never placed this beautifully before. Now we're gonna try a Singe Beauty blush. So I'm gonna open them both up for you, and I'm just gonna swatch them both. I just am. If I don't end up liking this darker one, I'll just gift it to a friend who doesn't mind that I touched it. These are an amazing deal. These are $18 each. They have 7.5 grams. $18. I don't know how she did that, but I am impressed, and I am very drawn to this brand even more now because she could have made this a lot more expensive. For example, the Too Faced blushes, these are 5 grams, right? 5 grams. This is $31. Yes, there's more to this packaging, and that's, I'm sure, what goes into the cost versus this is just a cardboard, very nice cardboard packaging. But like, the difference is not that, especially when this is a smaller amount of product. So like, I was honestly expecting these blushes to be, okay, if I'm being honest, for an indie brand, I was expecting even higher prices. So I was expecting these to be $24 to $30. And I think she could have easily done $24 and I still would have bought at least one of them and still would have said that that is a reasonable price. Even up to $34, I would have said, yeah, she's an indie brand. That makes sense. But $18, that is amazing. So I bought 2. So this is the Risky Raisin, and it doesn't say on here like the details of the colors. There is no scent to it. It has a cute little embossing design on there that we are now going to destroy. These are called her Evocative Silk Blushes. I'm not sure if I've used anything that says it's a silk blush, so I'm not sure how this will differ from other blushes that I've used. But all the swatches make it look very creamy with still being a powder. Risky Raisin, I'm just gonna swap it on my finger and swatch it here. It's super soft. Oh, that is a dark color. Okay, that might not be great for me as a blush, but we'll see. That is really pretty. I'm not sure if it'll be too much for me as a blush. That is really pretty. I wonder if like, okay, it seems to be able to go down a bit. I actually think I might be able to make this one work. Oh yeah, it almost looks a little bronzery for my skin tone. So I might actually be able to use it kind of with my bronzers. I don't know, we'll see. And then the other one is Persistent Persimmon, beautiful orangey blush. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. So there are those two colors side by side. I love it. I love it. I knew that Angie would come through with an orange blush. I just knew. The moment that it was announced that she was coming out with another product that wasn't brushes, I was like, oh, it has to be blush and it has to have an orange. Okay, so this one also very easily blends down and looks like it might be able to be built up. This one has a little bit more of a shimmeriness to it versus this one is much more matte. I'm gonna use the orange because you know I would. You knew I would. Like, the red is cute and all, and I will use it one of these days, but today I'm using orange. Okay, so I'm trying to decide which brush I want to use for this because when I watched Angie's video, she used a brush that I don't have. She used a brush style that I'm not very familiar with, and I'm not even sure if I have. I typically use more like bigger, fluffier, floofier brushes, but I'm wondering if I should do something different. So I feel like, if I'm remembering, she kind of had almost an angled one, almost, but not quite. And I do have this angled one that is clean and, I don't know. We're just gonna give it a shot, and if I don't like it, I'll just switch to the other one. So I'm gonna go in and tap some off, and I'm gonna go kind of light-handed because I'm kind of afraid of the pigmentation in here, and I'm really hoping that it's easily to be built up so that it can work for many skin tones. But I'm also hoping that for my skin tone's purpose, that it's able to be lighter for the days that I want very light versus days I want super orange blush. So I've not really attempted blush with this type of angled brush before, so let's do this. Oh, that's pretty. Bring that down a little bit. And then I'm going to bring it up a little bit. She is blinding, but in the best possible way. Wow. I don't need highlight. I don't. This is like a built-in highlighter, especially with this TirTir Glowy Foundation. I'm going to bring a little bit more to the cheeks because I don't know, I've been liking it even though sometimes it just doesn't look right. Wow, okay. That is really pretty. It's very glowy, very shimmery, shiny, and I really like that. Okay, let me do the other side. A note, it is beautifully blending with my foundation, and that is amazing. It's not picking it up, it's not making anything break up. It is, because of the glowiness, a little bit, or the shimmeriness, showing a little bit more of my texture now, but I'm used to that with any type of like highlighting product. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you make an orange blush. This is beautiful. Like, this is beautiful, and it is working so well with this foundation. Nothing is breaking up. I am gonna have to play with different brushes and different placement and everything and see really what I like most, but like, this is beautiful. Angie, you did Such a beautiful job. Congratulations, lady. Like, I know you worked hard on that, and I promise I will not chicken out, and I will play with the Risky Raisin another day. But today, I am so happy with this. I am so happy with the color, the formula, the placement, the glowy highlighteriness. It's basically like 2 products in one because I don't need a highlighter. And then it's also beautiful. Like, it's just beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. An orange blush is the way to my heart. Yes, it is. Okay, now we need to do our mascara, and I don't know if I've ever actually done mascara on camera before. Might have, I don't know. So this is supposed to be curling, lifting, and fanning 3D mascara. It says up to 4 times bigger lashes. It also says the 50-degree curved fiber brush wraps and lifts every lash from root to tip in an instant. Up and out volume effect. No lash curler needed for all lash types. Infused with hair care inspired plant-based creatine and ultra lifting polymers to keep lashes lifted and fanned out. No transfer, smudging, or flaking up to 24-hour wear. Gentle on lashes and easy to remove. I have to say, I really hope this works well because this packaging is beautiful. I have a thing for ombre anything, and I'm just like, oh, it's so cute. I just need it. It can be the worst product in the world, and I'm still like, but the product, it's so pretty. So I really hope this works. Just look how cute that is. Packaging was definitely on point with this one. Good job, Covergirl. All right, like I said before, I got this in dark chocolate. I think there was only 2 different shades for me to pick from, so okay. Smells just like a mascara. Yep. Here is the wand. So definitely got that curving. It looks like, so there's definitely bristles here, but it looks like the bristles get shorter and shorter over here, which I kind of think is weird, to where it's almost flat down here. And I don't know if that's just because there's so much, maybe it's because there's a lot of the formula in the bristles there that it looks like that. I don't know. And then the longer bristles are on this side. Damn it. Initial thoughts, I got too close to my eyeball and I blinked and made a mess. That's my fault, not theirs. Initial thoughts is this is definitely giving a curl effect and length. And I think a little bit of a fanning, but there's definitely some pieces that are sticking together, which if they would stop, it would give it a much better fanning look. I wouldn't say it's a fill, like it's not making it look like there's a lot more lashes, but it's definitely giving it a bigger lash look. Like, that's actually very impressive. You ever get to the point where you're just like, okay, I have to stop? I've been at that point for the last like 10 seconds, but I'm not stopping. Okay, somebody needs to stop me. Ignore the mess I made down there. That was my fault, not the brand's. I'm wondering if you can see this in here. I really hope you can see a difference between this eye and this eye. I'm definitely getting a curl effect and a lengthening effect. A bit of a fanning effect, yes, but there are definitely some clumping lashes, but not clumping formula. I hope that makes sense. I like it. I'm interested to see if that curl is gonna stay though, or if it's gonna fall. I'm gonna go clean up this little mess down here and do the other eye. Okay, so I have the mascara on both eyes now, and I am enjoying it. It's not initially wowing me as much as some of their other formulas have. I do like 2 of their other formulas in the Clean Fresh line. Like, those ones wowed me immediately. This one, I will say, so on this eye, it gave the instant curl and lengthening. On this side, it gave more of a fanning and lengthening and not really a curl. That of course could be my eyelashes. Now this has only been on for a few minutes, like less than 5 minutes, and already both sides are more evened out as far as the curl, which means that this one dropped that extra curl that it was given. It still has a bit of a lift, but it's not really holding it in that lifted position very well. So I'll be interested to see how long until they kind of droop even more. The formula is a little bit on the wetter side, which is fine. It's pretty much in line with all of their other formulas. So if you like the way that those are as far as the wetness goes, then you'll like this. As far as the wand goes, I'm not 100% sold on it, but I'm also not like this is bad. Not yet. I'm gonna give it a couple tries and then we'll see my thoughts on it. But so far it's okay. Okay, I just took the leftover orange that was on the brush and put a little bit in the bottom line, and I really like the way that turned out. So now we have one less product. Now I have never used this product or any product, I don't think, from Clinique before. And I've been seeing a lot of people talk about this lately, so I wanted to try it. So this is the Almost Lipstick in Black Honey. And like I said in the beginning, I did buy a second one, so I have one of these in a giveaway that's gonna come soon. This is such a pretty color. I'm really interested to see the formula of this. So I'm just gonna pull it up a little bit. I don't know, I'm assuming it's gonna be kind of like a gloss, like a lipstick gloss to me. I'm really hoping it's not as soft as the NYX Click ones, because those are not for me. I'm also not using a liner. Oh well. Okay, that is a beautiful color. That is like legitimately a gorgeous, gorgeous color. I really like that color. Initially when I put it on, it felt a little dry, but I think that was just that first layer because it had never been used before. And it feels so hydrating. And it feels so nice, and it doesn't feel like I have lipstick on, but I feel like I have something on. I would say it feels like a thicker balm, but it looks more like a hydrating lipstick. I'm really impressed with this one, guys. Like, this one is bringing me some joy right now. No wonder why everybody's talking about this. Okay. Do they have this formula in other colors? Have I just unlocked something that I need more of? I'm gonna wait to make a full judgment until I've worn it for a while. I'm assuming it's not very long wear just because of how hydrating and how like smooth it feels. I'm really hoping it's not something that's gonna move like to off my lips. Because I really would love it if I could just stick this in my purse and not have to worry about a lip liner. This is beautiful. Okay. Well then, I'm excited to give away that second one. Well guys, here is the finished look. What do we think? What is your favorite product I put on today or product I played with today? Leave me a comment, let me know. I'm very happy with today's look, number one, and I'm very happy, number two, with the products. Like, there wasn't a real, true, straight up dud. There was one that didn't really quite shock me or surprise me or wow me enough to where I feel like I would absolutely, positively love it. But like, I'm really happy with these products today. This TirTir foundation really performed so much better than I thought it was. This Clinique, whatever formula type it's called, amazing. And the blushes from Singe Beauty, guys, beautiful. And let's not forget the Haunted Europe Nomad palette. Like, wow, guys, we played with some really cool things. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed listening to me talk about my Taylor Swift story and journey and my current thoughts on Real Housewives drama. If you enjoy this, if you want to see more like this, be sure to hit that thumbs up button so I know you like this type of content. And if you're not already subscribed, would you consider hitting that subscribe button? I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will try to link a bunch of things down below, and if I don't have a link for it, I will at least type out what it was. So have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in a video very, very soon. Bye.